Okay, so it didn't let me fix this. So it says the thing says February 7th, but I actually wanted to start today. So that sucks. But I'm going to go ahead and do this live because I don't want to be on here much longer. All right, so the show was pretty simplistic in what we were watching. Um, the whole point of it was to get Carmelo Hayes in the villain era as much as possible, and they seem to have done that, and they did it very well, if I'm being fair. He opened the show but didn't say anything. He ended up leaving back out. And he later on comes back to explain himself about what he did to his homeboy Trick Williams. Now, the rest of the show I'm gonna blow through because I don't want to sit here all day and talk about it. Lola Vice lost to Roxanne Perez because Tatum Paxley came out there. Tatum came out there and made it look like she was cashing in with the women's breakout tournament contract when Lola cashed in with her contract. And for whatever reason, Tatum still has this contract. Now, I don't know exactly what's going on with that, but something is telling me that this isn't the end of Tatum utilizing that contract. And Lyra, I don't know. There's something about that doesn't feel right because the match between Roxanne and Lola was not a championship match because neither of them have a championship. So it just seemed odd for her to come out there with the title, with the championship possibility. Now, what makes it so funny is that she really ran out there like she was getting ready to cash in. Lola hard kicked her in the face and took her ass out. Okay, cool. Now, Lola ended up losing because she put all her focus on Tatum instead of focusing on Roxanne. Roxanne was able to get the opening, hit the pop rocks, game over. You know what I'm saying? So, it was an interesting time. Let's put it that way. It's very, very, very interesting. Anyways, oh, got a lot of comments in here today. B Jeffers was number one today on the comments. What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? Hello, hello, hello. Mello, speaking on Mello, is an interesting conundrum, but Mello said, think Mello did what he needed to do promo wise. Of course. I didn't. Did I don't mean this in a hard way, so don't take this disrespectfully. I'm genuinely asking. Was I talking like I didn't understand what Mello was trying to say? Like when I was doing this, was it coming across like I didn't understand? Because this comment comes across like I wasn't understanding what he was saying. As if you were just talking and you just put that in the comment section, that's fine. I don't have an issue with that. I'm legitimately asking, like, does it sound like I don't understand what he was saying? Because I haven't even got to that part yet. So I'm trying to get everything else out the way. But I did understand what Mello was saying. I was very clear on what he was saying. I just haven't gotten to that part yet. So like I said, Lola lost. I don't care. I don't like Lola. I won't say she did bad today. She did okay up against Roxanne, but I didn't care enough to watch it. Brian Breaker and Baron Corbin came out there after Carmelo left and didn't, do anything in the ring today. Brian Breaker came out there and they was talking, and I didn't. Let's just say they did what they were supposed to do. There was a tag team match between Malik and Idris, Axiom, and Nathan Frazier. And this by far was the best match of the night. It was so much fun watching them fight. But ultimately, they gave the win to Nathan Frazier and Axiom. And I don't fucking understand why Idris and Malik keep being the ones that have to be pinned. They're the ones who have to eat the pin. They're the ones who cannot ever get any traction. Axiom and Nathan Frazier both have had more traction in their tenure in NXT than Idris and Malik combined. They have gotten nowhere. Like even Nathan Frazier held the Heritage Cup for a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Like y'all not giving Idris and Malik nothing. You couldn't let them win this match. They got their asses whooped at the end of the match anyway. Like why didn't you just let them win? Look, I know everybody get their chances in due time. I'm fully aware of that. But like, I'm sorry, Idris and Malik deserve better than this. They just did, and they just did. I refuse to accept anything other than they deserve better than this. So you got Lexus King and Riley Osborne. Riley Osborne and Lexus King had a match. I did not watch it. I don't care. They say that Reject Chris Jericho won this match. Riley Osborne seemed to be really upset. He wanted Thea to be out there watching the match. He thought maybe if she was there, she could give him, a little bit of a boost, a little bit of a love. And next week is supposed to be Valentine's Day, and they're supposed to be going on a date. And JC is giving her all the wrong information when it comes to Riley. He clearly responds to acts of love and admiration, not you acting like you don't care and don't want to be with him. That's not how he responds to somebody actually liking him. It's okay for you to like somebody back. Don't be a weirdo like JC. Okay, don't be like that. But I know that Thea can be overhyped. Thea gets a little too hyper. She gets a little too hyped. So JC's trying to get her to calm down and just play it cool. But her playing it cool is going to cost her man. So keep on listening to JC. That's why you should never trust a bitch, one, who wear red lipstick, and two, that ain't got no man trying to tell you how to get a man. I'd be like, girl, you ain't got no man. And every time you open your mouth, girl, you have no man. Girl, girl, you have no man. But I know how to get one. Okay, well, go get one. Huh? That's what I thought. Anyways, so all that happened, right? We also had Brian Breaker and Baron Corbin call out the family, and they was like, listen, we can make this real quick and easy and dirty and do this next week. It'll be us against you for the tag team titles next week. Family said, great, book it. We got it. So next week, Baron and Braun are going to challenge for those tag team titles. And I'm telling you right now, they're not going to win those tag team titles. Brian Breaker is going to the main roster. Baron Corbin is a free agent. He can stay in NXT if he likes. Personally, I think he should go after the North American Championship, especially leading into Stand and Deliver, and take it off of Obafemi so Obafemi can go after the big title if that's possible. I know that's moving kind of fast, but Baron Corbin to me works better in a mid card situation than he does at the main. So put him in the mid card. And it just looks like to me Braun Breaker is leaving, and there's no reason to keep him down there and to give him title opportunities that can go to other people like Idris and Malik, like OTM again, like Gallus again. You've got Axiom and Nathan Frazier down there. You have Hank and Tank. You have at least two or three people out of the no quarter catch crew that could possibly be a part of that tag team division as well. So you have a lot going on, and there's no reason for somebody like Brian Breaker to still be there, possibly challenging for a tag team title. It's unnecessary. If he wants a tag team title in there, go back and get the tag team titles like New Day did. But until then, move your ass on, okay? Let's get into Carmelo Hayes, okay? Okay, so I was asking because I wanted to make sure that that what I was saying was making sense and that it wasn't coming across as a means of I don't get what you're saying or I didn't understand what Carmelo was saying. I wanted to make that clear. So that's why I asked. And to make sure to preface it by saying I'm not being petty or ignorant. I'm asking legitimately because I really wanted to know. I'm just telling you. I'm not saying it was or wasn't anything. I'm just saying that's why I asked because I really wanted to know. Okay. Um. Okay. Cool. I like King. He has grown on me. The match was pretty good. I don't get Brian going for titles while debating over SmackDown and Raw contracts. We'll see. I don't like it either, but I guess that's what they decided to do. I don't know. I mean, to me, they could have pulled Braun and Baron Corbin from that tournament early and let it go with the actual tag teams, and then Carmelo and Trick could have still imploded and could have lost to either Idris and Malik or Nathan Frazier and Axiom. Quite frankly, I think it just would have been a better match at Vengeance Day if it was Nathan Frazier and Axiom or Idris and Malik at Vengeance Day rather than having Braun and Baron. But I guess it was to give Baron that opportunity or that missed opportunity because in 2017, I want to say it was, I could be wrong about the date. He was in that tournament for the Dusty Cup and he lost. So he didn't get the opportunity to have his name on the cup and now he does. So I guess that was their way of being like, okay, here's your shot, whatever. I thought it was a wasted opportunity, but sure, cool beans. Whatever works for you. All right. So um I don't like King not because he's not a good wrestler, but he just looks like a Chris Jericho reject to me. And he comes across that way as well. And I need him to not do that. I need him to find his own footing and to do his own thing. He just comes across as a sleazeball. He just feels icky and I don't like it. He feels icky, he looks icky, and I'm not a fan, if that makes sense. Let's get into Carmelo, like I said. So Carmelo Hayes cut a promo today, and he was not mincing any words. He made it very clear that he's never been jealous of Trick Williams, but Trick Williams overstepped his bounds. Essentially, what he said was that Trick Williams needs to learn his place. He knew that he was his hype man, and then he got too big for his britches, listening to all these people, and then he decided to overstep me. You went after the damn championship, knowing that I was the one who was going after that title. You knew that that title was mine. North American Championship, you can have. And that was mainly because he wasn't going after it to hold it. So he was just like, I did what I had to do. And he said the burning question that's on everybody's mind is who attacked Trick Williams. And he said, if you think it was me, you damn right it was me. I attacked him because he needed to know his place. He needed to know he's always going to be two steps behind me. He doesn't walk in front of me or beside me because I am above him. He is beneath me. And the crowd wasn't letting them talk. I mean, they were booing relentlessly. And it was just given, and then they were chanting, "We want Cody" vibes. I mean, we want Cody chants were everywhere. And it's just getting old and tired. We're tired. I really wanted to hear what Trick had to say, and thank God that Trick was not rattled by what they were saying to him because he kept his composure and he went through with the promo like nobody was there. They cut the lights down, let him go out there. He was cool. He was ice cold, no emotions other than arrogance and pure satisfaction at what he did to his friend and his homie. But he claims he did everything that he did because Carmelo overstepped him first. Carmelo stabbed him in the back. The moment that he went after that damn championship was the moment Carmelo started planning his demise. The moment he got the opportunity to get his hands on that championship or even look at it, Carmelo Hayes was tired. But I'll take it a step further. The right around the time that Trick Williams began to have a conversation with John Cena about how he should proceed forward and when he should know it's his time was when Carmelo Hayes was making his dissension into tearing his friendship apart. Because Carmelo was already at the pinnacle of his career. He didn't need any pep talk. He didn't need any talking to. However, talking to John Cena is a cool feat, which he did talk to him. However, Trick Williams had a personal, private conversation with John Cena, and that's what sparked and ignited Trick Williams to want something of his own and to not always want to help Carmelo maintain his. And that's where Carmelo Hayes was like, oh no, we can't have you stepping outside your box. You are a court jester. You're my hype man. You're my Flavor Flav. The only thing you do is shuck and jive and dance and make sure I stay on the top. So when you decided to step outside of my shadow and try to get something of your own and then go after what I was going after, we got a problem, G. So I decided to take that problem out. Carmelo Hayes then gassed up the crowd by playing Trick Williams music. And I'm like, this is an old school trope. I know the game. I know that nigga ain't there. And he wasn't. And he was just like, y'all are too easy. And I mean, they are. They are too easy. It was easy. Phenomenally easy. Basically, what he told him was like, man, at the end of the day, all you ever were was a trick. And I was like, bro, them's fighting words right there. First of all, don't nobody say no shit like that to nobody that they really fucking with. Like them the kind of words that break up friendships. You feel me? Them the kind of words that'll take niggas, especially between dudes. Never call your dude a bitch. Don't trick. None of that. Them was all fighting words. That's crazy. Sarah, smile. I want you to smile a while for me, Sarah. Getting stupid. Anyways, Trick Williams had his say, and basically, he walked away, waiting on the whoop that trick shirts. I mean, they'll be out, especially with that GTA. Cause on his Twitter, it's black and white, and it's got whooped across the front. I'm like, that's crazy. Any whoosies. Trick Williams, Trick Williams obviously is not gonna be showing up for quite some time, but Carmelo Hayes walked away with his head held high and his wholeheartedly expensive heel thug gear on, because it was it definitely wasn't no starter jackets. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't nothing like that. No bubble coats, no Jabot jeans. It wasn't no shit like that. All right. He put his boots on. He was ready to go to war. Now, Ilya Dragunov shows up and he's pissed for his own reasons. He comes and shows and goes to the arena and calls out Carmelo Hayes. But first, he gives his big up to Trick Williams. He said he and Trick went to war, and he enjoyed that war. He said it was a fight well fought, but ultimately he had to keep himself as champion, and Trick just had to be one of those who fell to the dragon. Now he was very upset with Carmelo because he felt like he wronged a man who didn't deserve to be wronged. He said, how can you attack someone who you claim to be your brother and your friend? How can you treat him that way? He said, the reason why you did it is because you knew he was eclipsing you. He come out and the crowd is cheering and screaming his name, and you can barely get anybody to hype for you. And you was just jealous. Now, we heard earlier that Carmelo wasn't jealous of what the crowd loved about Trick. He just didn't want Trick to get something that he had. Trick Williams may have been champion for a couple minutes, a couple days as North American champion, but he could go and beat a man that Carmelo Hayes couldn't beat on his own, and on top of that, regain a title that he felt like he shouldn't have lost. That would kill Carmelo Hayes. It would destroy him. His own best friend going after the Dragon and beating him, somebody that Carmelo couldn't beat on his own. Nah, Carmelo's never gonna let that happen. So the Dragon called him out, and Carmelo never showed up, but Dijak did. Let me just preface this by saying I don't hate Dijak, but I don't like Dijak as a character. And I think that he was corny. The things that he was saying was stupid. He came out and looked stupid. It wasn't worth the time or the effort for him to be out there as long as he was with a microphone in his hand. That has never been his strong point, and I'm sorry, he just did not hit the way that he thought that he did. And not to mention, this NXT crowd this week was irritable. Irritable in more ways than one, more specifically because of what's going on with Cody, The Rock, and Roman Reigns. But not to mention, they were highly irritable because of what happened at Vengeance Day. So they also didn't want to hear anything that anybody had to say. It just was a nuisance. It was a nuisance to watch. I hate it. It was cringy, and I just wish that Triple H would have just let him come out there and punch the dude in his face before he could even say anything. Then they could have started a fight, and then they could have had the match schedule, which they did. They had the match scheduled. The boys ended up wrestling. Dijak lost. Carmelo Hayes attacked and was holding up that title. Now, they got two ways they could do this. They could have Carmelo and Ilya run this shit back at Roadblock and have Trick Williams come back at Roadblock, attack Carmelo, and make this a triple threat going into Stand and Deliver, and have Trick Williams get the gold and win. Get the gold over everybody. Or they could have Carmelo cheat and beat Ilya Dragunov for that championship at Roadblock. Let them have another match after that, because he's going to invoke his rematch. Like, I want a rematch. All right, cool. Get the rematch. Carmelo gets him to lose again, and Trick Williams comes out there, and then the road to Stand and Deliver begins. Either way, it should end with Trick Williams or some version of those three men in the end at Stand and Deliver. Me personally, I think it should be Carmelo and Trick at Stand and Deliver alone. I don't think that Ilya should be there. It's no shade to Ilya, but I don't think he should be there. So the Terminator look ain't doing shit for Dijak. Back to the drawing board. And to the motherfucker giving Ava the blues. Y'all ain't shit. Well, we overdue for a Mag Silent Beast. The only way I'd enjoy Dijak. Honestly, I'd rather they not do that. We tried that with the mask when he was T-Bar, remember? That didn't really work out in his favor either. Anywhoosies, the show went off with Carmelo Hayes standing tall as the biggest villain on the roster right now over Ilya. And it is what it is, babe. Now, the women had matches today. Like I said, Roxanne Perez beat Lola Vice due to Tatum Paxley's interference. And then you had the tag team match with Lash Legend, Jakara, and then you have Fallon and Ren Sinclair. Now, Fallon wasn't a big fan of losing this match, seeing as how she lost the match to Lash the week prior. So losing another match to them didn't really sit well with her. Ren Sinclair just sitting up there crying and apologizing. And she like, bitch, it's not your fault. I don't know why Fallon was just sitting there listening to her cry. I just got up and left. Like, girl, get your ass up. What did you Girl, it's not that serious. Relax, okay? Any whoosies. That was that. Now, what we did see was a bit of foreshadowing. The metaphor may have more than just one challenger coming after that Heritage Cup. Von Wagner has re-challenged for the Heritage Cup championship, and it looks like the No Catch Quarter Crew is looking to go after that championship as well. So we'll have to wait and see how Noam Dar is going to wiggle his way out of this one, and how the metaphor are going to help him wiggle his way out. Next week, you're going to have a match between Rizzo, Adriana Rizzo, and Jada Parker. Both squads of OTM and the family are banned from ringside. It's just going to be Jada and Rizzo. Then later on in that night, you're going to have the tag team match between the family, Braun Breaker and Corbin. Now, OTM being banned from ringside means we probably won't see much of them next Tuesday. But there's some other matches that have been scheduled for Tuesday as well, and I can't remember off the dome exactly what all the other matches were, but it is what it is, y'all. I ain't sweating it. So, anyways, y'all, that was pretty much NXT. It wasn't a lot going on, but it wasn't a bad show either. Oh, we also saw the lineup for Gallus and Ridge. Ridge is still begging for Gallus. So Ava, she made it really simple. Look, I will give you each Gallus member one at a time. The moment that you lose, the match is over. Okay. But if you can get through all three members, then you'll have your wish and you will have wrestled all three members of Gallus. So it's essentially Ridge Holland's going to be in a gauntlet match against them next week. Okay. So we got a couple things, couple irons in the fire. And I imagine that within the next week or so, they're going to be setting up Roadblock and moving forward. Now, we didn't see Lyra today. So more than likely next week, Lyra Valkyria will pop up on the show as well. It's a lot going on, ladies and gents, but it's an interesting time over in NXT. The motherfuckers giving Ava the blues are some puta. Jesus. Okay. Well, maybe Fallon should learn something from this. Drop the bird beak looking bitch. Rico, look, the girl is there. You don't have to like her, but Ren Sinclair isn't a bad wrestler. I think that she was reacting to a lot of people calling her a copycat, telling her she wasn't shit. I don't think that was necessarily a dig at Bianca. I reacted very strongly to that too. And it was shade, true enough. But at this point, what are you gonna do? There's nothing you can do about it. She's there, and obviously, if her ass is there and Bianca goes to the PC, which I think sometimes Bianca does go to the PC, I'm gonna get to that in a second, Don. She'll come across her and they'll work that shit out on their own. It is no point in us being involved or getting mad about it and acting a fool about it. We just gotta pick our battles, if that makes sense. This is not a battle that I'm willing to die on the hill for. But if you are, that's your problem. That's your issue. That's your problem. That's yours. But I I'm not doing that. Um, there were three things. So what Don's talking about is there were four screens that came up. They were black and they had um four phrases on them. I have to pull them up to see what the phrases were because I don't remember. I wish they would have shown it on the NXT page, but they didn't. So I have to try to find it. I could pray on her downfall. That's your business. Ain't none of my business. That's all your business.
Just know that praying won't go nowhere to the ceiling.
I mean, that's where he think it. If he think it's working out for him, let him have it. But me personally, I'm not doing it. It don't matter to me. And if to me, I'll put it this way: if Bianca is unbothered, then I'm unbothered, and she's not bothered because Bianca was somewhere Ren Sinclair was trying to go, and now that she's there, she's gonna have to fight her way through the trenches too. So while her hair might be real, it may not be able to survive the tugs and the pulls that Bianca's has been able to survive. You feel me? Because I was on the edge of the apron with a whole bitch's weight being supported by her ponytail. Real or fake, that's some amazing shit. And I need to know what she be using to hold her shit up. Not only that, but Briggs got in Jensen's face with some tough love and told him, look, you gotta grow the fuck up, bro. He said life ain't gonna be easy, shit gonna be hard, you're gonna be by yourself, you gotta learn how to be able to exist by yourself and do this by yourself. And I was like, okay, girl. Um, so yeah. Oh, now it's at the WWE shop. That Drew McIntyre shirt is now at the WWE shop. The one that says CM Punk's career is dead. Mm-hmm. That shit is crazy. WWE is always trying to get a coin, honey. Um. Anyways, there were four um cryptic messages on NXT today, and for whatever reason, it don't want to show up, and I'm just like, ugh. Okay, so let me see. Hey guys, how's it? Somebody talking weird. Let me see if I can find it. Sorry, y'all. I thought I had the messages pulled up, but I do not. Okay, so WWE has it posted on their website actually. It looks like there's a person back there. I didn't see the person. Okay, this isn't the right one. Let me see. Okay, so here we go. I got it. It says, man has three faces. Man has three faces. Um, one the world sees, one his family sees, and the real one no one sees, but reflects the evil he truly possesses. That cryptic message has been shown across social media for I would say about 2 weeks, maybe three, but it's been 2 weeks from what I can remember. I don't know what those cryptic messages mean, but I do love a good puzzle, and a lot of people are thinking that this is Bray Wyatt's brother Bo Dallas. I don't know what it is. It could be a lot of things, ladies and gents. So, on that note, babies, I'm gonna go. Okay, I will be back tomorrow and we'll talk more at length about wrestling tomorrow. We'll talk more about Ava and the situation going on with her. I'm going to post that stuff on here on my shorts and on my social media on Instagram. And on Thursday, they're going to do the press conference. I might go live a little bit after that. Not sure. Uh, what do you think about Kiana and Izzy talking about Kaylani Jordan and then bullying Brindley Reese? It's typical bullying behavior. I don't really have anything else to say about fuck ass Kiana. I mean, she's got a match with Brindley next week. Am I surprised they bullied her? No. They act like bullies. They operate like bullies. They're gonna bully somebody. And because Brindley's there, she's an easy target. They're gonna go after her. I'm not surprised. I don't care enough to focus on it because I didn't even remember that it happened. So it is what it is. And they're acting like it's nothing. I don't understand what's going on either, Don, but that right there is it's very interesting. I It usually means somebody's coming. When they do these types of cryptic texts, it means somebody's coming. They're gonna have to up the ante on this because they've kind of killed it before it can even get started with giving Trick and Carmelo I guess you could say the green light to go ahead and implode their friendship. That is taking over everything. Not to mention this bullshit with Cody, The Rock, and Roman has taken over everything as well. So don't worry, we'll get into it tomorrow and talk about it more tomorrow if you can come in tomorrow. The show is going to be late tomorrow because I have a podcast that I have to do. But don't worry, I'll just go live twice. I'll go live at around 8. I'll get off, do the pod, and then I'll come back and round out the show. Okay, so I'll be pulling double duty. I'll go, just remember to come in early, and then I'll be back and we can finish out the show. Everybody cool with that? I'll see you tomorrow.